I feel like as human beings, we go through mood swings and we have a baseline of emotion, but at times you'll either dip below or go above that. And so, in a moment where you might be above or below your baseline, if someone takes just that moment and view their only representation of you is in that moment, that one moment becomes their entire understanding for who you are as a person. And as people, you can only judge what you see. So if the only time that a person sees you is when you're below your baseline, they judge you as you're at that level, even though that level is below your baseline. Or even vice versa, if you're above your baseline, they only see you above. Their whole representation and like idea of you is that you're above, you're at this level, when in reality your baseline is here. And as human beings, we experience mood swings where we go below and we come back up and we go below again. And when you're in those times where you dip below your baseline, it can be hard to see for yourself how you'll get back up, because in that moment, similarly to how other people view you in that one moment, you can get caught up in only viewing yourself in that one moment. And I think that's when we have the advantage of being able to look back at our past and see how throughout all the ups and downs and dips below your baseline, and when you get high above your baseline, you return to that point. And also that point, that the line of best fit for wherever you are is just constantly rising throughout your life. And the disadvantage with that is you're blind to the future. So you can't see past where you are right now. And if where you are right now is not somewhere that you want to be, it can be discouraging because you don't see how you're getting past where you are right now. But looking back at your entire life, every time that you dipped below, or every time it wasn't looking good, it always rose and you always overcame. So sometimes it can be difficult to stay present and be where your feet are if your feet aren't where you want them to be. But I guess if you keep pushing, you won't know where you'll end up unless you keep pushing. And everyone's has a vision of how they want their life to be. And ideally, if there's 3 levels, which is baseline, below, and above, everyone wants to be above all the time. And if you were above all the time, that would become your baseline. And so the measurements of where you are is just like relative to what is below you and what is above you. And that's I think that's forever gonna change, because if this is your baseline and you start living, say you go above your baseline, you start living very nicely, and this is like you start living above your baseline for an extended period of time, this becomes your new baseline. And so your old baseline is actually above your new baseline. And I think like we strive for that like final form and like that, like being above our baseline all the time. But in reality, your baseline is only going to keep getting higher and higher as you strive for improvement. And it's just relative to what's above you or below you. Like there's no rock bottom, or there's no like max height. It's just where you are right now. That's when it gets difficult. Like I said, if you aren't where you want to be right now, you try to see past it. And it's steps you got to take to see your vision come to fruition.